What is up, everyone? This will be my Ambessa jungle video again, and we're gonna go over everything you need to know on Ambessa jungle. So since my previous video, I've been playing a lot more Ambessa jungle, and I've been learning a lot more information about her. Some things that are very important is actually her Q mechanic. Hitting the outer edge of this Q ability is very important because it does double damage. So you always want to hit monsters and enemies with the outer edge, as you can see. Also, the second part of her Q, the first target you hit with it will deal double damage. So you generally want to position yourself to hit the big monster with that ability. Also, W, you can brace the damage so you get a bit more if you do a large monster before a large monster hits you. So that's very important as well. Also, for builds, I still really just like this item, Cycle Sword. I think it's really broken and I really like it. So here we always want to double damage to the outer edge, and here you want to angle where the second part will hit the jungle camp, the large monster. For clears, you can do either side. Her clear is actually extremely broken. Like, her clear is really fast. Surprisingly, she has a very fast clear. Here we're gonna just save our Q mechanic, and we're gonna be looking to do our W level 2. And here you can actually W, and you know, just want to hit the outer edge of the mechanic and then hit the big camp with it. And here you want to brace. So bracing, you just press it once with your W. You don't really need to buff her movements when you use your W on her. When you're farming on jungle camps, you just actually kind of want to let it, hit pretty much. So here I'm going to use that. I think in the next patch you might buff it where your Q cooldown actually will be a bit further. So here I always W right before the buff's going to hit me. And the W just gives you more HP. It's going to give you a much, you know, healthier clear. It doesn't actually speed you up much. In fact, I would say it doesn't. It slows you down a bit, but it gives you a lot more health. So it's just important to remember that. So for here, her abilities, you can do 2 points into Q with W. Personally, on red side clear, I think it's just better. I think having W with Q is actually quite strong. So here, always outer edge on the big camp. Hit the big one with it. Brace, W damage, and good. I really think she's really good. I think her builds are very everywhere right now. Even I haven't really come to great terms with her build. But in my opinion, I think the Cycle Sword is just so good on her. Eclipse Second is also not bad. I've noticed that you can get away with Eclipse Second. It feels okay. And after that, you just generally want to get very bruiser heavy build going. So that's just how I've been building her recently. I've been going heavy into the, you know, Sphere of Sojin, Death Stand Small kind of build style, and I find it very effective. Here, my clear is not the fastest, but honestly, it's not the end of the world. As long as you're bowing, ready to be on crab timer, it's just really good to be ready for crab. So here, we're ready for crab. Perfect for our first clear, right? You just having a clear like this is just beautiful. And here, just practice. You just want to practice the mechanics of the champion when you're farming and doing jungle camps. Here, Jax is trying to get this wave in, so I personally am not going to chase. I actually do want to fight her now because she's in a very bad spot. I braced the damage there, which was really nicely done by me. Personally, I should be able to kill her here. I think Jax is too far away. And I should be able to get the kill there. I mean, I don't know why she's fighting me. She thinks Jax can come in time, but I'm not about that. And I can just flash to get away from that play right there. And I'm really happy with that situation. You're really strong for level 4. These fights really isn't that close. Problem is, I think Sejuani will be here before I can snipe that crab out, so I have to be really careful with that one. So here, I'm just going to go farm. Same thing with farming. If you can hit the raptor with it, with the second part of the Q, it's really good. The first part of the Q, try to hit the big camp with the outer edge, because the outer edge does the sweet spot damage, as we saw right there. And here, E is just straightforward. W, you just want to kind of W right before the thing's going to attack you. And when you're jungling, you're going to be using your W more to move when you're actually, you know, fighting people. So when you're farming jungle, you're actually using your W not to move as much. That's just the big difference. Here, I'm just going to go in. I know Sejuani just got crab. I just want to make sure she isn't doing dragon or anything weird. So here I can peek dragon. Okay. Balling can get the push in. Okay, that's good. Step. Very happy. She stops my base. Doesn't actually matter. I'm in a really good position now to base and get our item. So here, I think this item is just amazing. First item, I just, as a jungler, I think you need this item first. So I was just going to this. If you don't have enough for brutalizer, just get a pickaxe. If you just want to maximize your attack damage, you can always just do this too, which I honestly think is better than a brutalizer. I think if you just get the sword plus like a lot of AD, really, really good on here. And when you're moving from base to wherever you're going, you can cast a couple abilities. Just make sure you have abilities up while you're about to get, you know, to the jungle camp. So here Void Orbs are up, outer edge, remember? Boom. Hit the big one, boom. Easy. Your AoE is going to end up killing everything anyway, so you don't have to worry too much. You just want to make sure you kill the big one ASAP. So here I want to know that I can do this. So I'm waiting for Braum to come, and then I'm going to go in here. Here Braum is here, and I know, okay, I'm going to do this. So here we're going to pull it to stack it up, because if you stack it up, you have a nice time with the outer edge on Q, and you can line it all up like that. Quite surprised this guy's fighting here. Oh, I was surprised this Drax lived for so long there. Sejuani should die. Maybe not. I'm gonna go back to the Void Grubs because I think there might be an opportunity to get something like my Gromp after, or even more afterwards. Oh, I was so close to kill that Sejuani too. It's very unfortunate. Actually, changing plans because bot crab's up, because the fight's over already. I'm going to go straight bot side here and just play for the crab and possible boss side camps. Especially with Sejuani being dead, there's no way she's going to beat me there. I already got 2 Void Grubs. It's fine. I don't have to get the 3rd one. Getting crab and then dragon control is going to be better for me. Or even just killing bot side here is also good. So here I always start with my E combo into Q. That's what you're going to notice with my comboing. I always have that going for me. So here I'm going to just run her down here. Here I just want to get her flash. And if she flashes, I can ulti after. I don't start with my ulti because think about her. Your ulti is really flashable. Like, it's good. I want to kind of go in. Okay. I was thinking I want to steal her camps here because if she's on Void Grubs, she's not going to be here. So I was able to do that. So here we're just going to farm. But if she is here, I kind of want to fight her because I'm really strong right now. This Swain movement does concern me. But I also think we can just capitalize on this Sway move. Sorry, Braum. Oh my god, they use so much. They use a lot there, unfortunately. I could have probably just got out faster if I wanted to. I wanted to play maybe for a long angle there, a longer fight, but it is what it is. It sucks because I don't have my buy yet. Not the end of the world. They use everything. They have windows where they are weak now. Weaker. Because I'm close to the camp, I'm not going to use my Q for movements. They could come and try to dive it right now. The way the wave is really big, they could try something like that. So I'm just going to entertain it. Like, I don't really want to go. Too easy for them to just get out. The problem is, the reason why that would not be good for me to force, because look how many jungle camps I have up, right? It's really bad for me to... If that play isn't 120% good, I'm gonna be in a really bad spot, so we don't want to do that. Remember, when you're farming, you do want to hit the Q outers if you can. Here is not really worth it to try to hit the big camp with the Q. Personally, I think we can kill him, but we need LeBlanc chain. Remember, our damage really good. Our survivability is where we're going to be lacking. And also, big thing about her, if you can auto, like, you just have to understand, if you can auto, you're going to kill people. If your autos, if you can't auto, you're going to run out of energy and you're not going to be able to cast spells, right? So that's really bad. So remember, if we can auto between like this, we're getting our passive stack, which is just very important for us. I want to kill this Ashe right now. We always want to start with our auto. Oh, I can't believe that miss. I thought that would hit. I think Sejuani's here. I don't mind face checking her. I mean, she disrespected me and I had to show her that my champion is 2024 year date, release date. Born this year. You know how broken a champion that wasn't born this late? This is Riot special right here. And here, this is where the build, I mean, you can go into Eclipse. I find Eclipse to be fine. Into some comps, you know, you can get the extra trade in. Personally, I think it's just fine to go into like, you know, Cleaver or Spear Sojin and then just get like DD, Maul. You really do have to get tanky. You can go for like a squishy build, Assassination one-shot, which is okay. But the problem with her is she doesn't really have a way out. Once you go in, you may one-shot someone, but you will die. Like your way out, you could say, okay, me kiting around would be my way out, but you're going to struggle a lot with that one. So I'm just able to use ability like your W and E before you use your Q for movement. Remember, your Q is the damage ability, all your damage. Your E and W are realistically movement abilities you're going to use. So you always want to make sure, like really make sure about that when you're utilizing your spells. That's always how I'm focused about. Can I fight here? Oh man, I was so close to kill them there. Just sad that we're like over fighting on a Swain ulti. I really needed that kill so I could buy enough time with my health. It was a okay situation. I wasn't hitting my outer Q on Sejuani. Remember we talked about hitting the outer Q is on the initial part is really important. It's going to give you more damage. A lot of times you're going to be playing her, you're going to be like, wow, I felt like I did no damage there. And it's mostly because your Q just was too close to them. So you always want to move and hit the outer area of this. This guy, you can always sneaky ulti people like this too. Like I really do want to kill him because he most likely flashed. So what I'm going to do is Q here just to build up one movement. Oh, he's way too far. But I'm really strong now, so I should be happy to fight. Remember, the Q outer, very good. And once you use 3 of your spells, you're out of energy. So how do you get energy back? You have to auto. And your passive stacks up and it refunds your energy. You always have to be very careful. There you see if you miss your Q sometimes if you try to go for that outer. So you have to understand range and how it affects you. The second part, you don't have to hit the outer. It just hits the first champion, will do more damage. The second part, you're just about hitting them, right? The first part you're about hitting the, you know, like the outer parts of it. But the second part really doesn't matter. So here I'm going to try to hit the outer and then go. Just like that. I would like to fight Swain if he's low because he just used a lot of abilities in the other fights. I would love to fight him. I mean, I don't mind killing Ashe there because I don't like her. She ruined my fun earlier, so I'm gonna kill her. And the range on the R, like this is where she excels. Your R, everything about this champion is all about the R, so you just have to understand that. Yeah, I'm running, by the way. Swain is... Yeah, like, we're not going to kill him. That's his moment. His ulti is going down. Swain after the rework is really broken, so you have to watch out for that. So here, if you're low, you can even jungle quite well. You just start with a Q into the E, W. And like I said, you can start, like... The extra damage on W later in the game does not matter, so don't worry so much about that. You're gonna be maxing E second after Q, and outer damage is really important here. I have a lot of money and I have my Cliff Spy, but I just want to base in this rush in case someone tries to kill Vayne. I might swing in and just like grab a fight real quick. But having Eclipse really big. Boots wise, I usually just set on my free boots, but this game you can see it's pretty heavy AP, so I'm gonna go Mercs. I'm generally sitting on my free boots for a while until my second item, and then I'm going into like my upgrade. Unless I really need boots right away, but generally I feel like boots haven't really been quite good to buy that early. But I'm really strong right now, and I mean this game is pretty much free. Their camps aren't the best to get dealing with me. Jax is a bit annoying, but I am quite good at, you know, ganking through side lanes, so that should help. My goal here is to just make sure we get some good fights. I find whoever is like lurking in brushes. Just remember the mechanics and which abilities you should be using to like gap close and which ones should you be using for, you know, other stuff, right? So E and W and stuff. Oh fuck, I might have fucked up there. Oh, I chased way too much. I may have been a little too pig focused. Pig is haram. I should not have done that. I should just let her get out with her flash. I was really wanting to kill her. There's something about her just irritates me. Just her champion in general. I need Merc Treads to really deal with the amount of crowd control they have in this game, so I can't be doing stuff like that. I was really strong. I mean, the fight initially was really good. We did all our damage. But we don't have to be ulting or tower diving like that. I just missed like one Q and then the damage just wasn't there. But it's not over. It's far from over. We're still extremely strong, so it's like not a big deal. First, I think Camille should have flanked there and we could maybe have killed the Jax. But I'm gonna clear all my jungle and I'm still looking for more squishy targets. If I get on Swain, he's dead, right? But problem is we don't have LeBlanc here, so I don't know if we want to fight. I want rather just fight around where Ashe or someone like that is. Or this person. Damn. Oh, the Vayne though. The Vayne. Oh, so close. Wait. Oh, she got it. There I was able to get on the Swain with the ulti snipe. Just reposition and just ravage them. With Merc Treads now though, it's not even going to be close anymore. They had their moment. It's over for them now. And we get a lot of push on side lane, so that was a huge fight. I mean, it was 3v4 or 3v5 almost. And it should have been a huge win for us. Now we can just play around Dragon. I can get beefier. I would say that was a bit of a hard part for us. Honestly, I don't think I need Merc. I think Maw is just the go-to here. So I would probably just stack him more and more. Usually I keep my yellow trinket, then I switch to red around Baron time. So I should probably have switched to red. I think we should be able to get Dragon here. Camille should be looking to help. I don't know why we're not like doing anything about that. Sejuani is trolling, by the way. Oh, bro, it was 1 second for my W. I mean, they can use everything and try to kill me. It's good. We have the flank on our solo laners, and that's worth it. And we get 4 for 1. I mean, I knew that was a bad fight for them. Second Sejuani is like diving deep. Like, as if she has wings. Pigs cannot fly. It's just not possible. But I will be focused down. I mean, my W is coming up. I could have played that a bit more, you know, passive, but I just really don't care about dying in situations where I feel like the enemy team is just going to lose the fight. Like, I just know, like, that fight is so bad for them. I looked around the mini map. I see LeBlanc flanking. We have Camille TP'd after the side lane pushes. Really good fight. Have numbers, have advantage. Enemy team obviously out of position. Sejuani dashes in like that. Punish. You have to punish. So here, as I'm moving, I always want to kind of use my E and stuff. My Q is more for the damage ability. But I do have to farm a bit now. I would say Ambessa is really easy for you to get focused down on. So you always want to be avoiding like just taking damage. You always want to kind of play around the outer edges of fight. Something you'll notice too is how we play fights is going to be a lot of looking for that R angle in. You're not really going to be poking people because your range is quite short. So you always have to kind of play around. You're more of a damage oriented player. So here's actually a good angle to flank. I think we just have to fight here. So stuff like that, you run people down mid lane. It's real simple. First thing, I want to kind of collapse on them here. But I think that's a bit much that way. I can W any shield. Your shield is instant, so if you see damage coming, just press your W ability. Baron's a bit ambitious. I mean, I was able to run people down mid-wave. And a big reason why you can run them down is also because once you press your abilities, let's say you combo, you can E, you can W, and then you can Q the minions to get the second Q, which is really good. And as long as you're autoing minions as you're doing the chase combo, your R, you can get on top of them. You'll have enough energy for all of it. Your R doesn't actually cost any energy, so it's not really going to be a problem for you. So here's about a bit of a downtime angle. Some things about her R, though, it will feel a little clunky because the way she works, I don't know how I feel about it, but pretty much if you buffer any ability, you're going to dash that way. So you might accidentally dash away from who you're trying to kill. So my recommendations is either to just like pick a direction you really want to dash to, or just don't press anything till your Q, or just your abilities are up. But it's up to you, really. You can also just keep dashing to chase people. You will CC them, so they can't really move. And blue buff is really, really good. Better than red, in my opinion. So here I'm always kind of, you know, like this, outer edge, boom. You are weaving in autos pretty much after every spell cast. Just remember that. The goal is to always kind of be weaving like that. Personally, I think we should fight here. They're in a weird spot. It's a bit much for me right now. I need her to like lose her. You have to like reset Swain form, right? Sejuani might come here, so maybe I can fight her. No. Yeah, Swain ulti. I really can't tank that much AoE damage, right? So we always want to avoid that. The shield on W really good though. Even the damage is okay. You will find yourself getting a bit of, you know, that extra damage on W plus that dash right there will help you smash into someone, continue the chase, and also kill. So you always want to weave that in. The cooldown is extremely long though, for like a general ability. I'm a bit surprised to see them grouping up Dragon so early. 30 seconds left and they're still on Dragon. Just seems really early. I don't have ult yet. And also, I'm just not that tanky. I want them to come to me. Like, I just want to get a free pick on some damage. But I guess they're all inning, so I can join in. An angle like this is really good for me. If I can get a flank here. Remember, you always want to hit the outer edge. if you have a chance to hit the outer edge of the initial Q, you just have to go for that. And there you see how I was able to get that flank. Obviously, you're not going to get flanks like that, but if you can get the flank like that, shit happens. And I saved my ulti for a while, right? You're not really using your, like, your ult, it's not giving you damage. Like, yeah, it gives you a slight amount of damage, but it's about repositioning. It's about re-engaging on, like, a further target. It's your engage ability. The passive part of it, it actually gives you a bunch of, like, free stats. Like, you get a... Like, look how much free stats you get from your passive. 20% armor pen, 13% healing of the damage she deals, right? So it's really... The damage comes from the passive itself, so it's really utility based. So don't think about having to, like, you don't have to start fights with R. There I start with Q flash. And the reason why is, like we talked about, hitting the Q on the outer right away is really important. It gives me, like, my ability to just, like, get that extra burst out really quickly. And that's a very, very nice. That was a beautiful fight for us. And I just, like, kind of spam my abilities after. I think that outer edge thing on her Q is really important. So that's why I'm, like, always talking about it. Because even I didn't know initially. I was, like, confused at first. Like, why is my damage so bad? You'll probably run into that too, where you're, like, feeling so weak for no reason. When you're at, and then you just realize that one mechanic. I think Jax is lurking here. Or they're all bot side. Maybe we should just Baron. There's no ace sitting there. And Camille outscales, so pretty much we have a good Baron angle here. Her Baron's really quick. Always want to start with your Q, right? And then W for the shield. I kind of want them to come, right? We just don't have to finish it. Oh, I actually missed it down. Should be able to clean up the fight though. Oh my god, maybe not. Maybe we just get ace there. Honestly, wasn't trying to finish it. We just killed it too quick. I was hoping we could just fight after that, but I think the Vayne just tunneled on it and we're trying to burst it down in front of them. That's terrible. We didn't even get the fight there. I just got CC'd right away. Well, I guess the game's longer now, so you have that to entertain. Final items usually, you know, like GA would be DDGA, or like your armor items. Cleaver for armor pen, which is quite good against a comp that wants to stack armor like this. So I'm probably just gonna go Cleaver here. Sterix is okay. I like Sterix, but also I feel like Sterix is like a bit of a, I don't know, a bit expensive. Like I really don't like playing her to like team fight all the time. I personally would prefer you play her just to like look for picks and like shorter fights. Team fight when you have to, but your goal is to kind of find, you know, like these sort of W and R, or this ulti picks. Well, that's beautiful because I can just R here, right? I mean, we should just be killing this Jax here. I'm not sure why he's allowed to push like that. Maybe we should just run past the wave here. Just kind of let him get out for free. Sejuani is really tanky. Cleaver is going to help a lot for that. Our picks are really good. Ulti snipes have been pretty good. Dragon Soul's coming up in a minute. So we do want to buy for that. So I just want base now. When I'm a base, I always want to be ready for the objective by a minute. This fight is actually so important that I'm going to buy a pot for it. Buy a pot and 2 pinks because I know this fight is like very game breaking. And the reason why the HP pot, you can go the other pot too, red pot, but this game I just feel like they have a lot of CC. Tenacity is going to help a lot. So I think we should fight quite fast here. I'm waiting for my abilities to come back up. I'll just let her go. I'm gonna start getting the Dragon Soul. Camille shit out. Just 1v1. I'll get the dragon here. Mistake there, if you notice, is I didn't hit the outer Q on the Jax. That was my initial problem. That was a big mistake too, so I should have been hitting that. Man, I don't know why my Camille's not helping me do the Infernal Drake, man. Why are you just pushing the wave? It's our Dragon Soul right there. Top laners are my favorite players. They always actually are just my favorite. Honestly, don't mind if we lose now after that. As a jungler, you just have to know it's a Dragon Soul and you know two people are up. These players are just like mentally, they're just so selfish when it comes to like Dragon's objectives. But in situations like this, I just usually go into the side lane and start collecting farm. Jax, I feel like if I have Cleaver, I can kill him. But right now, I don't know if I can 1v1 him. Ambessa is really good mid game, but level 18 Jax is a bit much for me. Because I just can't really get all my damage out. I wouldn't mind testing it out. Camille's coming here. I'm just going to take the wave. After 20 minutes, it's generally good to just start taking more waves. I'm 60 now. Very important power spike. I'm not going to do Dragon or Baron. I'm not going to start it. We're just going to keep picking with our damage and range. A flank here is really good for me. I mean, once you get an angle on a flank, like I never use my R, right? Unless when I'm on someone, I just R when they flash, or R if they somehow get away from me, right? But generally, I play like relatively around, like, you know, just getting these E dashes and movements on them. But overall, I mean, hope you guys like this video. I've been liking Ambessa jungle a lot. I just think, you know, really important mechanics part of her that I think people struggle a lot with are like that outer Q thing and really wasting all their energy without leaving in autos. Like, you got to be really conservative with your abilities. So I hope you guys liked the video. I'll see you guys in the next one, and yeah, good luck in the game.